Let's get this one started today. Let's see. Oh man, on tonight. Oh man. Welcome everybody that coming through. I'm just gonna give it a few. Oh, Lucy. By the way, how you doing? Sorry for your loss with your moms. Sorry if I'm putting that out there a little bit on blast. I don't mean to, but my apologies. Hello. How are you? It's hot. You know it's all love. How you holding up though? That's like foundation right there. Mothers and grandmothers, I think, are like the most underrated but most loved. You're not good. You was messed up with your pops. So, hey, San Francisco from New York. Only New York. Los, yeah, I got one done before. Why you ask? Out of random. What's the What's the meaning behind that question? Why? Me personally, I got a high tolerance for pain, so nothing really does hurt me. And still ain't here. How long has it been since your pops? God bless you with the situation now, because your mom's. Remember we used to talk and you used to tell me you was going to go take care of her. It's been 3 years. Damn, it's been that long. I think that was when COVID first started. No, not COVID started like 4 or 5 now. Yeah, I remember you would mention that here and there. Oh, because he treated you like the princess. That's why. That's what it was about with daddy for you. Talk on it though, right? Like daddy's little girls. That sets the tone from the men you're gonna end up dating. However daddy treats you is exactly how you expect or have the standard or the expectation of the man that you're gonna start dating. So daddy's the role model, the resemblance, and he models what you're supposed to have. That's our job. My daughter, matter of fact, look, Lucy, I'm gonna put you on real quick. My daughter, I just FaceTimed her, I was just hung up. I'm off tomorrow. That's the only reason why I'm on live. You know I don't even get on this time. Right now I'll be in the shower regularly. So I'm off tomorrow. Blessed. I already got paid for tomorrow. But anyway, I FaceTimed her just to check up on her, just to see how she's doing. And grandma's, she's good. She's good, you know. I just, yesterday I went to go check up on a friend of mine. Well, it's actually my not mechanic, my foreman. My foreman who actually got me the job where I work at now. His best friend lives down the hall from my grandmother. He had a head hemorrhage last weekend. He fell. He tripped. And I was like, yo, you know, like I know him for the last 28 years. So I went down the hall, knocked on the door. He comes to the with a walker. And he's like, yo, what's up? Yeah, hope. He said he was good though. He said he had a head hemorrhage. He fell. He hit his head. He was in the hospital over the weekend. I didn't know. Mary, that's the reason why I didn't answer your joint right now. Um, so he has a head hemorrhage, and he fell. And I was talking to him. So I sit down. I walk into the house. He invites me in. So I sit down. We start talking. And he's like, yo, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, man. How you doing? You're the one that fell. You're the one that just came out the hospital. Like, yo, you all right? He said, I'm good. 80 something, 80 something years old. He said 81. And I said, yo, you strong, man. You know, God bless. I said, yo, don't think because you're 81, you still think in your head that you're 21, you know? Like when you fall at this age, your bones it's harder for you guys to restore that. It doesn't come back normal. But the reason for this live today, I wanted to touch on a couple of things. And you know, if y'all, those who are regular know that I can go in deeper than the videos that y'all see. My daughter's good. Matter of fact, thank you for putting me back to my daughter. So I FaceTime her, and she's like, Dad, she asked me earlier, don't start your shit. Don't start that shit. So I'm FaceTiming her. Those who know about that. But you know I cover every corner and you never come back with a question when I do when I do go around the world. When I go around the world, every question you could ever think of is already answered. You have no questions to ask. Back to my daughter. And you know it's the truth. That's what my cousin always says. You taking me to China. Come on, hurry up. Anyway, my daughter FaceTiming. She's like, Dad, I gotta if you go to Cali, you'd be 3 hours behind, so that'd be technically 7. Um, so I'm talking to my daughter. She texts me this afternoon, and she's like, Dad, can you come bowling with me on May 20 something? It was a Thursday. I looked in the calendar real quick. I said, Soraya, I work. She was like, it's from 10 to 1:45. Can you come? I was like, I can't. I just came back from Colombia. I took 11 days off. I didn't run through all my days, but I still got another 2 weeks. But I can only take it when the company takes those days. That's the difference, right? Those are my last 2 weeks. And I can only take them in July 4th that week and Christmas week until New Year's. I can't take anything out of those lines. I already used up those days. So anyway, she's asking me, can I go bowling with her to the bowling alley? They're going to do this bowling thing. And would I go? I said, I ain't going. She said, she tells me, you wouldn't want to go anyway, cause they be singing in the bus, and they sing this stupid song like ABC, this and that and the third. I was like, she saw my face expression. She goes, you don't want to go. Forget it. I was like, why you say that? Listen, my impact in reference to my daughter, I don't think, even though those are memories, but I feel like my influential words and the times that I have these deep conversations, she's more aware than the average kid. And she surprises me sometimes. But she's supposed to be a mirror of me at the same time, correct? But I can't go. That's the problem. I would go, but I used up my days. The company days I can only take when the company takes off. For example, tomorrow I'm off because the company is off. Hello, Monica. No, actually, I'm not. Um, so my daughter's like, "Yo, come with me to the bowling thing." So I was like, "Nah." So then she's like, you don't want to go. Forget it." And I was like, "Why?" It's all good. No worries. It's the tattoos. That's why you think that. Um, she was like, "You don't want to go." And I kept asking her, like, "Why? Tell me why." I said, "You afraid that I'm gonna fuck everybody up in their damn bus, right?" She said, "I would be asking the bus driver to pull over and let me out now because," she goes, "I know you will lose it and you'll be smashing everybody's head against the wall." I said, "Yo, my own daughter knows that I have a temper." Well, she's seen me in action. She's seen me lose it, and I kind of regret it. I kind of wish I didn't, but she knows the potential of if I she needs if she needs that protection. She knows that he's gonna come in a heartbeat. I always tell her, anybody bothers you, anybody, anything. She's seen me go to her school. Yeah, she knows. Tempers. The other day, actually this morning, I was tested in the train. I'm getting on the train, and this is just random. I'm getting on the train. The gentleman, older guy, he stands like between. When you stand. Okay, there's a thing. There's a rule in New York. If you're standing on the front, there's two doors. The doors open up. Either you stand when that door opens. You're supposed to stand this way. You don't stand in the middle. You don't stand. You stand either close to the door, but you stand sideways so people come in and out. You don't block it. He was standing normal like the door, straight. He was blocking the entrance to come in and out. And I looked at him. I said, "Serious? This early?" I said, "Really? Like if you know New York, you're supposed to give that gesture, right? You coming in and out." So he's older, but at the same time, I said, "You really not gonna move? Like you really just gonna stand there?" And he's not even close to the exit. He's in the middle between the exit and the rail. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, "You serious, my man?" Nah, it's actually a Libra. Thank you though. Thank you for the whatever that is. So I'm like, I looked at him and he said, "What?" I said, "Don't start. It's too early for this." Yes, it's common courtesy. Lucy, you know that's a regular thing, right? But I don't really be doing that on the train. People don't bother me. I always stay away, and I don't have no issues. He's looking at me, and I'm just imagining and picturing myself just hitting this dude two times with a two piece, right, left, drop him, and then just. I imagined the whole thing already, and I'm looking over him, and I said, "Told you it's too early for this shit. You can't handle. Don't start something that you can't handle it." It's just like common sense. Forget common courtesy. It's more like common sense. You don't block. This is the door. It opens, right? Opens two doors. You're standing right here. You're looking for problems in New York. Seriously, people on edge all the time here. We pay too much for everything. Everything is overrated, it's overcrowded, and it's overpriced. New York is not the move. Don't come here. Stay where you at. Don't ever come to visit. Don't waste your money. It's a waste of time. If you ain't from here, Miami, welcome. Hello. Kind of like that, right? So it gets agitating. Thank you for the follow. Hello. It gets agitating when people don't have no common courtesy, common sense. Um, I don't. It's overrated. If you've been here, in the early 80s, 90s, maybe 2000s, before 9/11. New York was New York. Prior to that, after that, New York lost its essence. New York lost its spirit. Its spirit has been broken ever since the Twin Towers fell. Since the Twin Towers happened, New York has never been the same. And if you're from New York and you were here before that time, New York has never been the same since 9/11. And hands down, it hasn't. About time you're getting out of there. Lucy, you from New York. You're the only one I know that's in here from New York at the moment. Am I wrong? New York, I prefer New York the old way when the gangsters and the mobsters were in running the city. Personally, that's my opinion. I feel like when there was hookers on 42nd Street running and up and down prostituting with the pimps, I feel like the drug dealers and the mobsters, the gangsters, it had the city in order. There was order. There's no order today. There's people who can't fight or defend themselves. They have this courage and this bravery, but they don't have the heart or the hands to back it up. It's not the same no more. New York has lost its essence, its spirit ever since 9/11. Everybody feels like you have to be, hey mommy, everybody feels like you have to be courtesy and with this, you know, like this is one thing right now that I don't agree with today's society and today's generation when it comes to, let's say, if I'm on a football team and my team wins, but I'm the one who actually won. Whatever the case is, basketball, whatever, baseball player. Everybody get a trophy for participating. Since when? I didn't grow up with that. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, me personally, it was relay races. I was a runner. I used to always come in second place. There's one kid used to always come in first. And for the life of me, I wanted to beat the living crap out of him because he just used to beat me. He was number one. Give it to him, right? Like I had to learn what taking an L or taking second place, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling of being in second place. I always knew that I could beat him up, right? Should I beat his ass because should I beat his ass because I know I can? And in that sense, in my mind, I feel like I'm number one. I won. But being in this in particular sport, I can't beat you. You win. So maybe it's a pride and ego right there, right? As a kid, you got to learn how to dissect yourself, even if it comes from past trauma, past situations, past circumstances, past. And you know what New York was like back in the days as well. New York not the same though. New York is definitely not the same. New York is not what I remember. I'll tell you a story. There was a guy who owned a store. I'm not going to tell you what it was, what it affiliated with, because then that's whatever. Let's just say it wasn't legit. I miss the old New York. So this gentleman who owned the store, he wanted to get a go call. He's like, New York's definitely not. I don't like New York today. I like the old New York, where you had to look over your shoulder every 10 seconds. Today it's like you're having problems with people who are mentally claiming they're ill, because 90% of the time they are, but there's other percentages that are using their mental illnesses as an excuse to do what they're doing. New York is always going to be home for you because that's where you're from. The old ways is what we learned, right? We learned from that old time. We learned from the structure. There was just something about it. You didn't harm old people. You didn't rob the old ladies. Like, these kids nowadays have no type of respect. Yeah, there's too many people, loonies out there now. But the thing is, like, everybody knew their position. Everybody knew their place. Everybody knew what was, like, you knew. You just didn't, there was no questions asked. Like, you just know. And if you didn't know, somebody's going to inform you and put you in your place and let you know before you get out of place, before somebody puts you in your place in the hard way. New York is lost. It's like, I'm not even proud to say I'm from New York no more. There was a thing of pride with New York. Today, it's like, New York is New York. It's like, it's not the same. It doesn't hold that weight. Nah, it's not the same when it comes, especially with the fight situation. But I had a lot of training in the street with the fighting situation, so I thank God for that. I wouldn't change that for nothing. But where was I going with it? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. New York is not the same. It's definitely not. But what I wanted to say was the whole situation where the friend of mine having a hemorrhage, falling on his head, busting his head open, and landing in the hospital, coming out okay. Those loved ones that you claim to be loved ones, always check up on them. Always keep an eye on them. Always give them a call and say, hey. Like, for me personally, it's even difficult for me to be hitting up my mom's. It's a 3-hour difference. Right now, it's 9:30, so it's 6:30 in LA right now. There's a 3-hour gap difference. I'm ahead. It's not like it's 9:30 for her, where it's 9:30 for me. So, like, if I get out of work and I want to give her a call at lunchtime, it would have to be 3 o'clock my time. So at that time, I'm already in the gym. And I'm lost in my world, right? I'm not in that same time frame. Like, once I'm in the gym, I lose myself. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm at. I just lose track of time. Time flies like this for me in the gym. It's never enough time. I always feel like I'm fighting against the clock. I always feel like I'm in a rush. And I always feel like I got something else to do. And the one thing I've noticed when I was in Colombia compared to New York is that I've always had plenty of time in Colombia. But when I come back to New York, it's like everything is rush, rush, rush. Push, push, push. Make money, make money, make money. Hurry up, hurry up. Pay this, pay that, pay this. I was like, yo, man. And that's one of the reasons why I want to move out of New York. Not just out of New York, out of this country. Like, I'm willing to move to Colombia. To that extent. I know I can make something happen out there. So, you never know. And you know what that's like, right? Like, the passing of those loved ones. Matter of fact, another friend of mine called me, what's today? Thursday. Monday. And tells me her aunt passed away. Mind you, there was 2 deaths 2 weekends ago. 2 weekends ago, 2 other people had 2 passings. So it's like constantly, it was a friend of mine, her uncle's wife, and I forgot who else, someone else's. Now this week is the guy fell, and then there was somebody's aunt passing, and now Lucy's mom. May your mom have that. May God's love surround your family at this moment in time, because it's difficult for, the one thing that we were designed to be is where we're supposed to be united, right? And this is where I'm getting back to why I really got on. We were designed to be united, but yet we're constantly being told and brainwashed with topics in religion and race and color and age and all different types of aspects just to divide us when it was designed to be united. And it's funny because I was thinking about this, right? Like, when you look at the news, all you see is war. Everything is about war. Everything is about killing. Everything is about who has the biggest this and who's doing what, right? It's about fortune and fame, and they make you chase and believe it's about one in particular thing, on one aspect. Like when it comes to love, the Hollywood version, they paint the perfect picture with what they paint the perfect picture. Hey, mommy. They paint the perfect picture of what love is supposed to look like, and Hollywood got it all twisted and has you believing that love is meant to be, or it was supposed to be, the Hollywood version. They never tell you that you're supposed to get in it where it looks the ugliest. Is this where you're supposed to accept and love that other person, even for their flaws, but they want you to look perfect. The only one that kind of shed a little light to what love is supposed to look like is The Notebook. If you want to be crucial and critical, right? When she pulls up, this is the difference. The mother of the girl in, can't stand New York, I swear to God. I'm not trying to talk over no sirens either. So, made me lose my train of thought. Come on, temper, man, I swear. I gotta work hard on that temper, though. And I'm transparent about it, though. I know it ain't easy for me, but it will get easier. The Notebook, yes, sorry. So when the mom pulls up with the daughter and she tells her, that's the love of my life, and she sees him, big, tall, brusky looking, husky looking dude, busting his ass, working his ass off. But being that he had to work to provide for her, she didn't want to be with someone who didn't have it all. But she's miserable. This is the typical true story in every love story about a woman who wants to look for security in a man who can provide, but has to deal with all the other stuff and still be miserable, and still you got to accept it. And 90% of the time, that dude is always cheating on you. So that's what a lot of women, the one blind side, the blind spot, they don't talk about. And that's not what love is. It's not what love's supposed to be looking like. Can't stand these sirens. It's every day. Love is ugly. It's not beautiful. Love is trying to understand the other person's love language. First and foremost, it's learning to discover what that other person's love language is. If that person already has the acknowledgement and the awareness of her or his love language, then it becomes a little more easier. But if you don't know, how are you ever going to get it right? Because that person could be talking Chinese, you speak Spanish. How are the two going to communicate? I ain't communicating. Ever. And the only way is frustration, argument. And the reason one doesn't feel heard, seen, and loved. So if you're not loved, you're not heard, and you're not seen, that's just foundation, common sense, right? That relationship's going to fall apart. But Hollywood want to paint a perfect picture. Go for the rich dude. Go ahead. See what that look like. Where that take you. See where that take you. Social media, they can paint the perfect picture too. They want to tell you what a relationship's supposed to look like. Come on, man. Everybody's story's going to be different. At the end of the day, what it's supposed to mirror and look exactly alike. What are we, robots? Come on, man. Have some type of dignity in your own integrity. I never wanted to look like the next person. I never want to be like the next person. I always never wanted to fit in. I always fell out of line. I was always rebellious. They told me to go left, I went right. They said go right, I go left. I don't know, it's my brain automatically does the opposite of what everybody's doing. I don't believe in following lines, man. I don't believe I step out of line. And most of the time it's on purpose. I don't care. It's going to get me in trouble regardless. But you know what? At the end of the day, I did what I wanted to do. I did what I believed in. And I took a stand in fuck it, I'm in trouble. So what? Hey, mommy. How you doing? At the end of the day, I was going to hit you up, Remy. I was going to hit you up. But I just said, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Stay up. Listen, I'm going to break it down real simple for what men look like for and what women look for. And it's always two dynamics and it's totally opposite. And some of y'all going to argue, some of you going to agree. Right? Candules and Penit. Oh my God. That sounds like a Thanksgiving meal right now. Or this is bedtime regardless. That dinner coming over. Word. Me too. Save me a plate. What men want in a woman. You really want? Well, maybe I'm speaking for myself, right? Affection, a spiritual field, not religious. I don't want to hear the whole preaching gospel, because if you know the how the gospel got spread around, the massacres that had to take place in order for the gospel to be spread, and I mean no offense, all due respect, what they call the good news. But the one thing I'm always speak on, I'll speak the truth. They hung men upside down, cut their joints off on an upside cross. They don't tell you about the crucifixions the real way, right? Naked. But this is what they call Christians. I was embarrassed after I found that out because I practiced the Christian religion at one time. And one of the debates I used to have every night when I first started reading the Bible, I was married at the time, and she grew up in the church because the parents were pastors. One thing I noticed that they say don't judge, but the people who are preaching are the first one to judge. And coming from the street, that's something we didn't even do. We spoke about somebody, we spoke about that person, we told them in their face, yo, you know what? You're moving like a sucker, man. Or whatever the case is. Like, yo, you wrong for that. And we believed in a code of honor in the sense of being honest with those who were friends. Let them know when they're messing up. Yo, you out of pocket. Yo, you know, you don't do that. That's wrong. Today, fake is the new real. The new real is fake. And the real is considered and called to be fake and phony. So if you're honest and you're real, authentic, you're being true to essence, you're called fake. But if you're phony and fake, glamorizing like you got it all, but you don't got nothing to show for in reality because you're borrowing and renting stuff just so you could put on a show. But that's considered to be honorable. Shit, they got y'all twisted. And I don't even see between the lines. Nah, man. You ain't catching me off guard. You can catch somebody else with that foolish nonsense. So you know what it is? Most of us don't know how to wake up and pick your... Remember what I said, Remy? No filter. If I'm coming for the head. I'm not coming for a knee. I'm not coming for an arm. Coming for your head. Nobody knows how to be authentic. Like if you just think, man, this is a fucking, excuse me. This is bugged out to me. They paint a picture. They want you to all follow that picture, that image. Chase and die for money. Right? But you're miserable, stressed, anxiety up to your butthole. All that crazy shit, right? You don't know who you are. You have a social security. You don't even know what it stands for. Little do you know that the government is making money off of your social security on an everyday basis. Right? Think about that. No one tells you about that. Your social security is like a credit card for the government. They're making money off of you on a daily basis. And what you give your attention and focus on, you're constantly feeding that energy. So you're draining from ever creating, for creating the life that you want to experience into existence. Because you're constantly focusing your attention, your energy to create your life that you want to bring into reality. Because you're constantly distributing your energy so that they can make those trillions and billions of dollars on a regular basis. They robbing you of your own dream. Think about that one. 2, we go to war for religion, correct? Nobody speaks on this. For centuries, men have been dying for religion. No one says, but what does the first commandment say? Thou shalt not kill, right? But yet we go to war, kill other men for other religion because our religion is correct and theirs is wrong. But yet religion is actually what brings division and causes war. Think about that. Remy, I told you I'm coming with no filter now. Religion is actually what causes all these wars. But yet we do this. And it's acceptable. That's what they teaching y'all. It's acceptable to kill another man because they don't believe what I believe. Come on, where's the love of God at then? Where's the first commandment at? Where's the first commandment at? Thou shalt not kill. No, you could kill. It's acceptable to kill when it comes to religion because I'm going to defend it because you don't believe what I practice. Oh. Nobody ever talk about that though. No one talks about that. Dead ass, man. Like, y'all people gotta really wake up on a constant basis. We killing for religion. How is that possible? And that's the first commandment, thou shalt not kill. How is it that how is it you practice a religion that's actually killing people on a regular basis? Daily. This is the world of pain and suffering. It's not opinion. It's a fact. If you're referring to me. Okay. Religion is constantly causing chaos and drama and all that, right? Like, but nobody talks on it. Nobody. I never heard no one say, yo, you ever question, ever realize the wars we having, all this money constantly being distributed for centuries because of religion. People die regularly are getting bombed because of religion. But nobody puts those two together. Like, really? Hey, mommy. Like, y'all just, like, I don't know. I can't watch the news because I'm questioning every little incident that happens. From the weather control, that's controlled. It's manipulated too. As far as in a partner, oh, I never got into that topic. I went off, spin off, as always. Sorry. Men, I personally look for a spiritual woman, healed, right? She got to be healed already, or in the process of a journey, right? And is she willing to be instructed? Will she follow or be like, yeah, I'm okay. I'll listen to you, Nate. You know, go in that route. Um, Mature. She'll be. She gotta have a sense of humor like a motherfucker. Because and she'll gotta understand me where I'm coming from because I come from in a sense where it's a rawness, is authentic and is real, and I'm gonna always be me. And I'm not gonna be looking like the next man because I'll tell you this one thing I know about myself, it's rare. I've read so much information, I've applied so much on myself. I'm critical, I'm harsh, I'm judgmental towards myself. I am my worst critic. What you guys see physically, I don't see the same. I have mirror dysmorphia. Um, I'm constantly judging myself. I don't judge others, but I judge me. And I'm always practicing and looking for a way to be better than I was yesterday. Always better today than I was yesterday. That's always my goal. So I started writing down all my wins in a day, every night. So now I take a little journal and I write down, I wrote today, I washed clothes, or I went to the gym, I cleaned the house, I you can count I love yous to whoever, make that part of your goals. And those are your wins for every day. Those wins, you stack them up. You start to have momentum. You build momentum. That's going to build the domino effect. Anyway, woman got to be mentally on point. She got to have a sharp mind and openness. Not a judgmental type, but she got to be open-minded. And women, what women sometimes look for is financial stability. Women want security. But the shit that comes with that is trauma. And the other thing is that we constantly attracting the person that we are. So the person that you're attracting is just a magnet. We are just magnets attracting what we focus our attention on, right? We are attracting who we are. So you got to become in order to attract. So you want to attract love, become love first. You attract hate, so you got to check yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's all of what you're attracting for. What you're attracting is a reflection of you. What you see in others is a reflection of what you see in yourself. You can only recognize what you see from what you recognize who you are. Most don't speak on that. I say go to all your trauma, go to the foundation, dig in your roots, and start healing from your parents, all the trauma they caused you, all the hurt, all the rejection, all the resentment, all the bitterness, all the abandonment issues that you may have, all the hurts and pain that you've experienced from home alone. Then from the outside world, going into the kids you play with, and then when you went to school, all the kids that rejected you and, you know, make fun of you or whatever the case is, because there's always one type of bully somewhere. Then in high school, the little boyfriends and girlfriends you had, you got to heal from those relationship heartbreaks. Then into adulthood, and then, into the teens, into your 20s, 30s, and 40s, and whatever age you're at. You got to heal all that history. Whew. Know how much healing you got to do? Hell. And we deal with a lot of shit. But we constantly accusing other people. If y'all gonna be following me on some real life shit, No more worst case scenario. Take that, change your whole vocabulary, man. There's no more worst case scenario. There's no more none of that. Like, stop expecting the worst because you're constantly expecting the worst. Start expecting the best. That's it. Best case scenario from going here forward. Everybody. Best case scenario. It's your best case scenario. Everything. On everything. You're healthy. You're complete. You lack nothing. The body naturally heals and restores itself. Day by day. So you got. Yeah. You know I always put you in check on that. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not even telling you no more. Because you already know what to do, right? So, like, sometimes you expect the worst. And stop expecting the worst. And start believing in yourself. Believe in your vision. You believe in your dream. Believe in what you've been created and destined for in this lifetime, man. You only here once. Well, that's a lie. This is what's it called? This is the school of life. And it has a whole bunch of lessons that you got to learn. And if you don't learn the lesson, it's only repeatedly, right? You got to repeat the lesson until you learn the lesson. Once you learn the lesson, then you win the access and you go to the next level. I've decided from going from here on as the being hard on yourself. But then that means you're trying to be a perfectionist, isn't it? When you try to be a perfectionist, you want to cross every T, dot every I, instead of learning from your mistakes. The mistakes that you make is something that you haven't learned. That's why you're repeating that class. You're repeating that test. You're repeating that grade. You're repeating that experience. You're repeating that relationship. You're repeating, and you still don't get it because you haven't passed the test. It's not the first time I'm here on this earth, I believe. My opinion. This is the repetitive, you're constantly being reincarnated only because you haven't learned the lesson. And the main theme is love. It says the greatest and the most powerful force in the universe is love. It's in every book I've ever read. The most powerful force is in the universe is love. The most powerful force. Like, love conquers all. And it's even in the Bible. That they at least put in there. But people just some way past that. Some way find hate instead of focus on love. Like, the shit is in your face. Like, realize this. Today's news is your movies. And your movies is your today's news. If you could switch that in your head, you can figure out a lot. That's just a keynote for you. Today's news is your movies. That's your entertainment. Your movies that you consider as your entertainment, that's your news. That's what's about to happen. That's what's actually taking place behind closed doors. That's what's actually reality. But they paint it as a fantasy. Open up your eyes, man. And that's the problem. Right there. There ain't no love in this generation. The reason about hate is so draining because it's a low vibrational frequency. And that's what they consider to be hell. That's what they consider to be the devil. Because there is no such thing as a devil. It's energy. Everything is energy. It's just a low frequency or high frequency. Very simple. But everybody want to complicate everything. Why are you complicating life? Simple. Positive energy, negative energy. What you focus on, you become a servant to, and it becomes a master to you. What are you serving? What's going to be your God? What's going to be your master? You're going to be full of hate or full of love. Like you said, hate takes all your energy away. It's draining. You ever seen the image where someone's holding on to a tightrope and the hand is turning red? And if you hold on long enough, it turns purple. Hold on long enough, that thing that you're holding to that degree, your hand turns blue. And if you hold on tighter longer, your shit start to fall off. But when moment you let go, that's when freedom comes in. You're a captive of your own. You're stuck in captivity in your own shit. This right here is very powerful. Your mind is super powerful. The Batmans and the Supermans and the Spider-Mans and all those Thors and the Hulk, all these. For example, if you saw the movie Thor, right? Thor's from another galaxy. He's from another planet. You notice that he went to other planets and conquered them and fought off all these demons? Nobody questions that, right? Like, that's just a movie. Where you think they get these ideas and stories from? Whatchamacallit? Star Wars is another one. Anything that's out of the galaxies, right? All of those come from, those are real life, real facts. Like I said, your movies are your news. And your news is your fake news, which is your entertainment. So BS. Your own president tells you that. Fake news, famous quote. But everybody just, I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all be focusing on. You know what it is that we've been brainwashed and manipulated for so long. You've been conditioned. Once you're conditioned, you believe everything they tell you. No one's allowed to question anything. No one's allowed to say, what if, what about, anything like that. Like everything, you're wrong if you dare to stand up for yourself. Nah, man. Not me. I only try to bring a little light. You know, like the only difference between you and your dream, put you on game. The only difference between you and the only difference between you and your dream is that your dream is in the dark, and anything you put light to comes to life. The moment you shine your light, that's why they always try to keep you dim. They always try to keep you down. They always try to suppress you. They could keep you suppressed. They control your power. They control your energy. Your energy is constantly being sucked into other people's bank accounts because you're always worried, stressed, and living in fear. Hey, Yoli. Constantly living worried, free. Constantly living in worry, in fear, stressed, depressed, suppressed. They got that boot on your neck, manipulating and controlling you instead of constantly creating. You're a designer meant to be creating. That's what you were here for, to create the life that you were destined for. You were meant to be creating. Create, just like the universe does. If you were created in the image of God, if you were created in the image of a God, right? I always tell this little phrase to people. If a goat has a baby, it doesn't give birth to a cow, it doesn't give birth to a turtle, it doesn't give birth to a rabbit, right? If a goat has a baby, it has a baby goat. Why is it when humans were created and designed like the creator of the heavens, right? Why is it different when you call yourself a god? I have that tatted here for the longest. Right? I was born a king. It's right here. Simple. Born a king, die a god. I'm already in the God stage. I'm already in the God mind. I already know who I am. If God made you, what does that make you? You're not the God. You're a God. Simple. But like I said, everybody makes everything complicated. It's more stressful to try to explain something simple and take it for what it is because you're constantly you know what it is? You're rejecting the program. And you want to stay in the matrix. You want to stay comfortable. You want security. No one wants to live on edge. No one wants to explore the unknown. And the way I've came across this mindset, and to be honest with you, is the gym. The gym makes me like me. The gym. The gym makes me nuts. Not not nuts. You know what it is? I'm gonna be looked as I'm crazy because I'm not following the program. I'm rejecting the program, right? I'm not following order. I'm not falling into place. I'm not being a goody good citizen. Thank you. That movie is your news. They're telling you the truth. They have to tell you the truth in order to have control over you. That's what it really is. There's 100 families controlling 8 billion people. How is 100 families controlling 8 billion people? That shit. That's very disappointing. They're controlling a whole world. Well, half a world. They run the bank systems. I'm not saying their name because I'm not giving credit or my energy to it. But these are some of the facts that we need to be aware of. You're constantly investing in your energy in the wrong place. Start investing in. You got ancient wisdom residing, waiting for you to listen, and you don't listen to that inner voice, that spirit constantly talking to you. No, I don't got that. I ain't watch it. I know you've been telling me. If it's not on Stars, I can't watch it. I don't have Hulu. I'm on my BMF actually right now. BMF starts tomorrow at 8:30. I think it is 8 o'clock. It's aired tomorrow, and I think it's the last episode if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Or they got like 2 more left. But definitely. But for real, man. I just wish I could just say something and just break the chains everybody has around their mind, because that's what the crown of thorn actually means: control, manipulating the mind. Why the crown? Why is the crown being so honorable? Think about that, man. Your mind does a lot of beautiful things, and it can create the most mysterious things, man. Are you back? Probably took a shower. It's 10 o'clock. Gotta go to bed. But today was just a spin off of what I'm probably to start off tomorrow. I'm not sure how I'm going to take it off, but you stay up as long as you want. um, this is what I was really going to talk about. Was a friend. I went totally left, man, and do this every time. Never. Um, what I'm gonna touch on tomorrow, to be honest with you, is about a friend of mine who called me last week and tells me that her daughter was almost jumped. And she asks, she sends me the video. The little girl jumped on another little girl, was pounding her out in the restaurant, in a restaurant. And I was like, yo, it brought me back to my day. So I looked at it and I put myself in that little girl's shoes. I said, you know what? That little girl's has a lot of heart. She has a lot of pain. She's walking around and she doesn't know how to deal with it. A, she either been molested or raped. B, she's ignored and looking for love. She's being dismissed. She's looking for attention, and even if it's the wrong attention, she still needs attention. So I told my friend, I said, yo, listen, don't take it personal when she's trying to attack your daughter. At least you got there on time to save your daughter, but at the same time, that little girl's mother needs to get on her daughter's ass. The mother called my friend's the mother called my friend, which she's the mother of the other daughter, and was like, the mother was confiding her, expressing her, like, she's like, I'm a single mom with 3 kids and she works all day. But, oh no, 2 kids, sorry, that the other kid stays in a daycare center till she comes home from work. So here's this little teenager running around reckless, causing havoc in her neighborhood because she's probably was molested. No one's noticing her. She's not being seen. She's not being heard. And she's not being loved. That causes a lot of trauma for a girl. Because sometimes I put myself in the shoe and act like if it was my daughter, how would I feel? When I see something, I acknowledge it because I was that person. I know how it feels where I know how it feels to be ignored. I know how it feels to be rejected. I know how it feels to someone to just dismiss you and put you off like you don't mean nothing. But I don't know what it feels like to be molested and all that. I can't speak for that. I can't be a voice for that because I'm not that. But I can speak on the sense of trying to understand somebody from that position who's in that situation. How do you break down the person's way of thinking? Probably, so I was telling my friend, listen, before you snap, let me be the voice for that little girl for a minute. I said, you don't know what she's going through. Maybe the mom's boyfriend is touching this little girl, and the only way she knows she's practicing how to defend herself outside world. So when she comes home, she knows how to defend herself when it's time to, hey, you ain't touching me no more. Because, boom, now I know how to defend myself. She's learning. She's hurt. She's broken. She's crying out. But nobody sees her. They see her as this little violent little girl. Where did she get all this anger from, man? She's broken. Of course, she's only defending herself. But she's taking out the frustration out on the world. And whoever she sees, she takes it out. That's what I used to do. I used to take out my frustrations because I used to get my ass beat in my house. But that's because I was bad. I used to break everything in the house, and I used to get an ass whipping every day. There was never a day that I didn't go by that I didn't have my ass kicked, honestly. But, that's the repercussions. But the frustration, the anger, the hate, everything that I carried, it was a walking time bomb. And I guess that's where I have no patience, and that's why I have a temper. Because of that trauma, right? That's still a trauma. I walk with that, and I become a walking time bomb outside. And I go outside, the first kid I see is boom. I'm taking it out on you. It's your fault. You're my outlet now. I release all... Hold on. I release all my hate, all my anger, all my bitterness to you. You're my personal punching bag now. So the little girl, for example, whatever it is that she's going through, and I still didn't call her back. I haven't heard from her for a week now, but I told her, yo, call the moms and find out with the little girl and just bring this. She's like, you know, Nate, everything you're saying is actually what happened to me. Go figure, right? She gave me the like information always comes to me for some reason, but she gave me the statistics and she said like 89% or 90% of the girls who live in a home are being molested or raped or somehow physically touched or something sexual happens at home. And I told her you need to address this to that little girl's mother. She goes, I don't know how to present it to her because I don't want to look if that's not the case. Because then maybe if I'm talking out ahead of time and they don't find that as an issue and I'm just talking out of pocket because of my own personal experience. And I was like, you're right too. So what are you supposed to do? How is that mother going to even look at that, to have that something out of light to look at, to be a diagnosis or not? But that was supposed to be for tomorrow's live. I'm still going to run on it. I'm going to recap it. But that was really what I wanted to get on for. Oh, man. So it's kind of like, you know, y'all women, y'all females, you women, ladies and girls, whatever it is, the feminine community. You guys experience a lot of sexual trauma. And it's sad, you know, because when a guy tries to talk or address or talk to a girl, sometimes she looks at you as if you're aggressive, and it's kind of like a trigger because it reminds her of her victim. No, the abuser, the one that took advantage of her, who now is mirrored back at her through every dude she probably ever encounters in life. And it's constantly a reminder, which is actually the trigger. The trigger is the reminder. And she's reenacting, reliving, recycling the past experience in the present time instead of letting go in peace, letting go and release, but release it in love. As much hate, as much anger, you got to write that letter of hate, but it ended in love. But you say everything that you need to express and get it all out. It's almost like vomiting on a letter to the person that you want to express these words to. You don't have to hand it to them, but you got to express them. You got to have an outlet for it. Just so you can let go of the experience. And it doesn't hinder you because it affects your relationships, it affects your finances, and it affects in every area of your life you could think of. It's a hindrance. And we live in a cycle world where it's constantly being sucking the life out of you, only to keep you to be coming back for karmatic debts. That's what I was going to touch on tomorrow, though. It's tomorrow's topic. Sorry for all the ladies who ever experienced that sexual trauma, any sexual abuse, any rape, any molestation, I may not know. And the reason why I know on this in particular topic, not only by people that I've spoken to who confess and feel comfortable enough to express these certain events that happened to them from young age. When I was around 11, 12, these girls were confessing to me over a phone call, telling me, Nate, this is what's happening or happened. And I used to always say, you want me to pull up? I've come with a bat. Like, I got a lot of anger. I could beat the crap out of whoever is doing this to you. And every girl I've ever experienced and told me was like, no. Because they're so afraid because they know that I have that instinct in me that I'm going to do it, right? Like I'm going to attack and I'm going to flip and I'm going to take it all out on you. Like I'm that person. Like I stick to my word and I'm an actor on, having no patience and losing my temper. But every girl, not one girl ever told me, said, yeah, come, defend me. It was always they would defend their attacker or whatever. This person that would take advantage of them. And I used to question it, like, yo, why is it you allow that to continue to happen? Like, I could just come handle it for you. But out of fear is very gripping on a female, especially because there's not that dominance in a woman too much, right? Because you're too masculine if you are. And this is where the separation comes in. Yeah. So it's just a thought. I question it. I always try to find solutions so that I can always have an answer for, right? And on so many topics and different. And I'm sad though, Here's so many stories, and I'm not here to judge. It's just like, damn. I wish I could rewind time and just step in and before it happens and stop it. And if the person gets aggressive, it's just let me handle it my way though, without jail time. Now I handle it. Dude would never be able to do it again. But anyway, but you can't focus on it if you don't want it so bad, because then you start to attract it. You can't focus on something that you don't want, because the moment you start to give you the attention, you're giving it your energy. The energy gives it the allowance, the permission to be part of your everyday. Like sometimes people ask, how come I keep repeating the same relationship in a different body? Is because you haven't healed certain parts of yourself that you need to let go of, outgrow, and heal internally. You have the internal wisdom. You have the ancient wisdom. You have the voice that could constantly, thank you for the love, Gemini. You have what it takes. You just don't know it. You just haven't realized. It's just shine your light within yourself and you're going to find it. It's really not that hard to heal trauma. It takes just a strong, firm mind and having a decision of a choice. Life is just a series of choices, right? Life is a series of choices, and what you decide to put your dedication on, it becomes the result of your tomorrow. Simple. Like today's thoughts are tomorrow's reality. What do you want to have in life tomorrow? It's a made-up mind. That as long as you have the ability to make up your mind, you'll be able to access and do and perform and do what you please. But you got to be able to make up your mind, man. Like life, like I said, life can get complicated, but it's very simple. But we complicate it because the program, we're constantly going against the matrix. Nobody wants to go against the matrix. I mean, everybody wants to stay and submit in comfort and comfortability, and that's what they mean about stepping out of the boat. Bible terms. Get out the boat. Get out the matrix. Oh. Legs still hurt from leg day yesterday. I said, oh, Dylan said hi? What's up, little? You know what I want to say to him. Oh, here we go. Dylan wants to say hi. He don't say hi. He says a whole bunch of other nonsense I'm not going to say on live. It's called the helicopter. It's not called the Matrix, by the way. Yeah, like I said, I know about everything. Touched on a little something about everything, so. But again, for the ladies that have been through that experience, I'm sorry. PG. You gotta use codes here. Y'all bugged out. I couldn't have y'all in the gym, man. You crazy? I'm not saying nothing. I'm innocent. Oh, man. It's hot as fuck in this motherfucker. I can't take it no more. Upside down. Helicopter fly this way, right? Not this way. Y'all funny though. Oh man. So I'll be definitely getting on tomorrow. I'll definitely be getting on tomorrow. Yeah, no, I don't work tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. So please don't text in the morning. I'll be sleeping. I know you like to go with the good mornings. The helicopter again. Yeah, man, please. Like 7 a.m. is way too early. Hell no. God damn it. I'm turning my phone off actually. Because I know there's always that one person, somebody. It's always like the law of attraction, right? Like that one person is going to come and say, "Teet, teet, teet." I know he's sleeping. Wake up. Hell no. A matter of fact, I got to remind myself to turn off my alarm because I don't work tomorrow. I already got paid today. So today's my Friday. I love my job. Swear. I have it so good. And this is what I mean about manifesting, right? Like every day I wake up and I pray. I say today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a great day. Give me the wisdom. Give me the knowledge. Give me, I don't want to say it like it's a practice, but I ask for wisdom, knowledge, and the ability so that I'm able to perform to my full capacity. I ask for the ancient wisdom all the time. That's in my prayers. I ask that you guys be bugging out. I ask for the wisdom because in the morning I wake up, I write. I spend an hour writing, and I don't allow anything to distract me at that hour. It kind of frustrates me if anybody texts me or sends me a DM or anything in that time frame because I don't want to lose focus. I don't want to lose concentration. I don't want to lose I'm in the zone at the time, and it's happened a lot. So it's gotten to the point where I don't even want to make no contact with the outside world until I left my house. So I ask God for always giving me the wisdom, and that I pray every day and I say, we get to finish everything fast, quick, and efficiently, and we get to get out early. And I kid you not. You want to know my schedule? I go in at 8:30 and come out at 10:30. I come out at 11:30, come out 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock the latest. 8 to 1, 8 to 10, 8 to 11, 8 to 12. And I get paid for a full day. So, and I'm not telling you something that I don't practice. I'm telling you stuff that I've been doing. and I work in penthouses, right? So the penthouses is just a reminder for me to get a glimpse, an idea. I'm in the presence. I'm already mixed in with the money. I see it around me. It just hasn't came out of that dark and into my light yet, but I feel it that it's coming. Everything happens within its time frame as well. Damn it. I should have never said nothing about the damn helicopter. Got y'all started. I'm gonna start putting up some more workout videos. This week I took a couple. So I'm gonna put a couple of different workouts I've never posted. This is gonna be some different. I'm still waiting to publish that book. Yeah, that's bugged out. That's gonna be part of the workout now too. Yeah, crazy. Actually, not just the rap song. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm be bugging. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I should have never said nothing. Got something started on it. Oh yeah, you definitely be helping out a lot. I still gotta get to you. I didn't forget in reference to putting a price on that. We gonna create some real content now. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not being soft no more. I'm not being nice. I'm not gonna filter my thoughts. I got like 100, not even 100. I must have at least 500 videos I have not posted yet. I haven't posted at least 500 videos that I need to put up. And I saw his voice note come in, by the way. Lizette. I got at least maybe 400 or 500 videos I ain't post yet. That's just on the inspirational side. When you start to see the raw ones come in, that's when you know it's recent. When you see that hello from Maryland, Brenda. When you see that it's starting to change and shift to the side, yeah, that's gonna be the recent one. Put Brenda on about helicopters since she don't know. See, I want to be talking about helicopter all day. She gonna be lost with that one. What are y'all talking about a helicopter? It started with the Matrix and I had to take it there, right? It don't go sideways. That's actually a fan if it goes sideways, doesn't it? Now I'm gonna play with y'all. See what y'all doing? Fan goes this way. It's just blowing air. Helicopters this way. Hello. Whoever CEO is. Y'all be bugging. I'm gonna get on tomorrow and I'm gonna touch with that about the little girl fighting. I'm gonna start it off with that. The camera, lights, action. I know, but the people don't know. They don't know what that means. You said sideways. Sideways is a fan. It's all good. It's not too many women. Is what it is friends, and they joke around a lot. So don't take it personal. But when it's time to get serious, they all be quiet. So you stupid. Lucy always got jokes though. I'll ask you tomorrow about that. When you go that fast, you make it go sideways. Looking like Neo in the Matrix. I'm taking back to that one. But I'm about to get off because I gotta take a shower. And you know how leg day feels on the second day. I have no mercy on myself when it comes to that gym. So, yeah. But I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. I gotta do a couple of things. I gotta do the writing, for example. I gotta do my recordings. And then after the writing and recording, I gotta run, make an errand. Then I should be free for live. Get on tomorrow. Probably around 4-ish, give or take. Yeah, bugging. You missed the whole live. You missed it. I'm about to get off. On the helicopter, come over there to Texas. Oh, fuck, my leg. 60/50. Why the $10 discount on the right side? Yeah, I bugged out. Tell you that though. I'm gonna cut it off though. Yeah, ladies. It's special on the left, or it's more complicated. To Texas. Oh man, freaking legs are killing me. Jolena. I don't mean to. I don't want to cut it off. That's why I'm staying quiet. I'm letting y'all rock. Did you come? No. You know I don't follow rituals. I just do whatever. I ain't sleep the last 2 nights. Excuse me. Thank you for the compliments. Oh, here we go. Since when? How does a helicopter have water in it? I should have never said nothing about no damn helicopter. That's what happened. It spits or sprays, kind of like a skunk. Hey, Brenda. Sorry that I started something. I should have never opened my mouth. I started something by my mouth. It's always taken misinterpreted, but it's on. I need the AC on, so I don't want the AC to make so much noise, but I can't take it no more. Hey, Annie. I took it that way? How did it? Hey, Luna. All I said was, it's not the Matrix. That's not the way. That would be called the helicopter. I was talking about something serious with the Matrix, and here y'all want to throw the Matrix in it. Jokingly manner, and I said, oh, y'all want to be joking around? Hi. And then I said the helicopter. Hey, Alora. Should have never said nothing. Who wants to be in the Matrix? When you remember when Neo actually he unplugged, and he wakes up and he sees everybody in the cocoons. That's where we living at right now. The people who are asleep and those who are becoming awakened. That's where we at. Y'all crazy. See, I can't have y'all on my next live, man. Y'all gonna be too much distraction. Cause now I'm starting to think some wild stuff and shit, man. I ain't wanna go there. Of course I do. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not one who's I'm gonna be here standing. I'm like, yeah, I don't. I know it's entertaining. I know you do it for the laughs, and I appreciate it. I will never say no to jokingly humor. Hell no. I'm not uptight. I don't have my buttholes closed like to the max. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a jokingly matter. We come from the same era. That's why I'm letting it rock. And I'm off tomorrow, and I don't have to go to sleep right now. I just want to take a shower. Rinse myself, cleanse myself, because you got to look at this real quick, just to be on some real live. When you take a shower, just look at it as you cleansing your negativity out of your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, and let it go down the drain. All your negative thoughts, everything, release it, because you hold on to it, you carry it on to the next day. I'm nowhere near nervous. It's gonna keep me up. I take cold showers regularly. That's natural. Still coming. Well, fierce to the hospital. What are you talking about? You talking to me? Oh. Let me know when you're ready to take off. No, I know. I know. I'm not taking it in no type of way. It's all love. There's no. I'm not gonna be here. I already spoke my piece. You know. Oh, he is. Is he? Y'all bucking. Yeah, sense of humor is real. Godmother? Flacco fixed you. Who Flacco? It's like you're talking in backwards. Make no sense. Libra. The balance sign. For whatever that means. I don't know how. I haven't. Yo, I've been celibate for the last 6 months. So explain that. I'm baby Jesus over here. Come on now. You know I'd have told you something by now. Really? Where? Explain. Show me. I don't. That statement I don't believe because my baby mom was a Pisces and we were constantly at odds. Constantly. I'm not allowed to know what you said. She's cute though. Very, very smart little girl. She's due on the 3rd. Imagine that. Only one I'm a father to is Soraya. That's it. There will never be another. So y'all can claim all y'all want. Y'all don't got no DNA in it. You can say it's mine, but it ain't mine. I wasn't there. Put it on that one. What is a Taurus sign known for, though? You are not the father. Remember that? And the dude always runs. Or she runs, right? Like she runs out of embarrassment, or he runs out of like he's like he won a victory lap. I met Murray and his wife, Connie Chung. He's married to Connie Chung, to be for real. They live in the Dakota. But he's tall dude. I am not the father. Let's stick to that one. I will not be the father. If I have another kid, One thing everybody will always know is I will be there, regardless of the circumstances. But I don't have no other kid. I don't have no kids. I have one child. And if you know me long enough, I will put the beats on whoever tries to do anything to my kid. Just like a mother would. You know? Like Mother Bear. You know, one thing about you women, y'all defend your kids to the max. Somebody fuck with your kid, it's a problem. Put it like this, there's ever a kid. That means you're a Leo. You call him Damu, which is where Adam comes from. The first Damu. Alyssa. So pretty name, by the way. Let y'all rock. I'm about to get off in like 5 minutes, so y'all know. Here we go again. Y'all just doing that shit so I can laugh. But outsiders are taking it personal, probably. That's why they threw the monkey wrench in there with the baby. Understand what I mean about always being aware? Learn how to decipher things, man. Somebody got offended with the whole joking around. They come and throw a monkey wrench in it. That's all it means. It's just common sense. Of course, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Just having a sense of humor. But in today's society, today everybody has a tight asshole. Real tight ass. Put a coal up the ass, come out with a diamond. The whole Diddy movement too on that. Oh shit. Meek Mill. God bless your soul, buddy. Rick Ross is another one. Jay-Z's another one. All these fake rappers. Of course. Remember that? Remember Skelly? Skelly was real back in the days. Remember the Kangos and the Kangaroos? What was the Eelies? In the closet. I ain't never been on that one. Or the closet, yeah. In school? Me personally, or you asking in general what men think? Some men will look at it like I'm not taking care of somebody else's kids. Me personally, if the connection and everything is built in between me and that person, kids is a bonus. Those are inheritance. Like my daughter here, you could play with them. But I've dated when I didn't have no kids and females had kids. I learned a lot throughout the time and years. The one thing I could say I learned through other people's having kids, don't ever speak about somebody else's kid, not even to the mother, because they take that personal, they take that offensive. And I learned that the hard way. Because there was a time where I was with someone, this was the last person who had a child, and I had a child. But I had my daughter learning order and structure and obedience to an extent at the time. And I would say, yo, I noticed that your daughter does certain things on purpose and would do something only to arouse a reaction. So I will complain to the mother. Not to the kid, but I'm complaining to the mother. And And the mother would take it personal, like, yo, how you telling me how to raise my kid? So from that, after that relationship, I learned to never speak about somebody else's kid. Like, don't say anything. Yo, like, keep your comments and your thoughts to yourself. Don't get involved. Let the mother, if you don't see it, then it's like, yo, just, but if it gets to a point, because how do you talk to a female and let her know about her kid without her getting offended behind it? That's where it becomes the friction between the two. Right? Like, me personally, that's nothing. The more the blessing. Because it just gives me, it's creating a platform for another kid to be able to say, hey, yo, listen, I could teach you, I could guide you. And when you see the light, don't go back to the light. Walk away from the light. You say, take me back where I came from. It's being a role model. That's what it really comes down to, is being a role model, and you wish the best. When you come from pure just energy of love, you don't look at that like in no type of way. Honestly. I've always embraced the first girl that had a kid, and I was still no kids at all. Well, no daughter. I was 22, 23. I was 22, 23, and she had an 8-year-old at the time. And that little girl loved me. Hey, Japan, welcome. There was a time, this is how real it is for me. There was a time that I was laying down and I had my arm like this. The little girl crawled up under my armpit and put her head there like if she was my daughter. I got up. I kind of got like nervous. My grandmother's a teacher. She's a retired teacher, right? She'll tell us a whole bunch of stories about how kids will make up stories about being molested, touched, or anything. Said be careful with these little kids. They have a wild imagination. Number two, sometimes the parent or a family member tells them, say this so they can get a lawsuit out of it. So when the little girl crawled up under my armpit, I jumped out of that bed, like, and I told the mother, I said, yo, look, your daughter's trying to get up under me. I ain't do nothing. I ain't touch her. I gave her the whole speech. And she tells me, yo, Nate, I know you ain't doing nothing. She's trying to be affectionate with you. So when it comes to other people's kids, that's when I learned certain things, and I learned certain boundaries, and learned how to express myself and say certain things. Good night, mommy, by the way. Sorry. I ain't not ignoring you. Good night, Lucy. God bless. I know you're going through a hard time, but God's love cover you and your family this time, you know. I appreciate you coming in here and just lighting up the mood. Even though she's going through a hard time, Lucy's going through a hard time. The passing, I don't know if it's okay to say it, but it's always love. Lucy's mom just passed away. Alright, so that's why I let her rock tonight. And like I'm not gonna stop her. It's a place of welcomeness with love. You know, when somebody's going through a hard time, you don't just try to put them in check and order or do anything like that. Like, I'm not that dude. I would entertain the humor. I would. I'm joining in. But some people don't know how to take humor, right? You know, like losing a mom is big. It's a big, like for any kid. The mom, like we don't look at the dad as so important, right? Like he ain't significant. But the mom, I guess there's always an intimate connection with the mom because you come out of the womb of a woman. Sorry for your loss. 25, that's young. You haven't even experienced life at 25. And look, Lucy's the one that came in here on some funny, joking around, sense of humor. And through her darkest moment and darkest time, has a sense of humor. And though she's hurting, and still, you know, when I saw that post, Lucy, that I was like, damn, man, you kidding me? You still wasn't even over your pops. Now it's the both, right? So, and the reason why I say certain things for people is because people don't ever feel seen. They don't feel heard. They don't feel noticed, and they don't feel loved. And one thing about with me, and it comes crossing my path, or crossing my page, or anything, it's always, always coming out of love. I do not want to say I can only imagine because I have no idea what that feels like. Um, lost a lot of friends. Lost a lot of friends to numerous different events, right? But a family member, it's been a while. And the last one that I could recall was my great grandmother, but then it was my grandmother's sister, which is the most recent, and that was a few years ago. And before she passed away, I remember we used to call her Mama Alicia. Alicia, she walks with me. She's one of my guardian angels, actually. And before she passed, she tells me, come back, because she lived in LA. She was like, yo, come back. I want to see you before you. I was like, what's the rush? Like, you know, I don't come out here all the time. You know, I come out here and there. She was like, please come back before September. I'm like, yo, it's August. What do you mean come back in September? It's all love, you know. She's not with us physically, but she lives within me and she walks with me daily. I know she's one of my guardian angels. I just inherit another angel. So I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a gain because when they said, like when the whole Jesus thing, right? He can only be in one place at one time, but when he dies, he can be everywhere all at the same time. And that's what people don't realize when it comes to the transition of gaining an angel. You got to be able to open up your mind and your eyes and see and realize that we are only temporarily, we're being restricted, only be in one place at one time. But when you go to sleep is when you start to actually go into other dimensions, explore the other dimensions. Sometimes you come back with information that you have no clue and no idea where you got it from. That's because your spirit actually traveled outside of you. When you sleep, your spirit travels to other dimensions, by the way. Appreciate the love and the condolences. For me, she's always with me on my heart. And I'm in the process of thinking of getting not the next tattoo, the tattoo after that. Once I finish my back, I'm thinking about doing one more. And it's going to be a dedication to the great grandfather, which I might just put over here. You know when they say you got the closest to your rib, sometimes the woman come out of the rib. So kind of like in that concept of where this is the one that's been saving my butt for the last 24 times that I almost died. And I know there's more. I just can't remember them all. But so far, I'm up to the number 24 times that I've almost dodged death. That many times. I'm humbled. I've been humbled in the hardest way, the more you could think of, none. And I know she walks with me. I know my two great grandmothers. One is a great grandmother, and one is a grandmother sister, which you would call grandmother aunt. I don't know what that's called. Then I have a great grandfather. I have a grandfather, and I have a great grandfather that walks with me. So I got three men on one side and 2 women on the other side. It learns how to balance between the two in order to have masculine and feminine energy. That's my balance. When you learn how to become aware of your surroundings and everything else in between, you realize the connection between everything. Everything is energy. And once you learn that, heaven, there is no such thing as hell. Hell is heel. Heel is the base of the bottom of your foot. Heaven, the reason why they say this is heaven is because everything that comes out of you is created by your thought and minds and words of expression. Everything that you speak on, you give power to. I'm going to stop and cut it here. Because if I start rambling, I could keep going. And I'll have everybody thinking in here. Of course, I don't speak on nothing else but true facts. So, to Lucy, don't ever think and feel like it's a loss when it comes to the passing of a family member. It's more like a gaining, but just in a different element. If it's a different aspect, it's a different... The spirit is something that you can't see, but you can always sense it when you get goosebumps and you feel... You ever been in a room, put it like this, right? You ever been in a room and you feel like somebody's behind you, watching you or something? You ever walked into a room and all of a sudden your heart starts beating and racing? Realize about certain things about yourself. That's your senses going off. Your spirit knows more than you realize. Those are all your senses going off. Your senses. There's times I'm home alone and I feel from the corner of my eye, hey, how are you? Thank you for coming. I feel from the corner of my eye, I can sense something walking by. I look, I can almost see a shadow, but it wasn't there. And it just disappears and vanishes. I go over there and go check. A lot of people be telling me, yo, you crazy. I'm like, no, it's my house. I shouldn't be afraid to be in my own house. You crazy for thinking that way. But anyway, I'll be on here tomorrow. Today was just because I'm off tomorrow. If I wasn't off tomorrow, I would never be on a Thursday night on a live. Eva, thank you for coming in. I'm about to cut this live though. Thank you for everybody that came in, show love. Just remember, always be present with those that you are surrounded by, that you love, because you never know when you're gonna lose them. Stay close, be real with you, and don't waste your energy and time in your words of expressions on unnecessary energy towards unnecessary events that ain't got nothing to do with you. Thank you. God bless. Just wanted Lucy realize that she's still with you though. More ways than one. She's a blessing. You're going to see a lot of breakthrough after this though. And that's your mom looking out for you. You're going to see. It's sad that they have to go for certain success to come in. But it's a transition. It's just a transition. You ever notice that you lose a family member that's so close to you, but that's when actually the breakthroughs come. And that's because they go and they die in a sense, but they go and open up opportunities for you. Because they strengthens you in a sense where you start to have no filter. You have all courage. You have all... It's like you're on go from there on. And everything else is going to take off after that. Thank you. It's just out of love, like I said. Like everything I ever do will always be from the base, the element the aspect of love. The greatest force of love is the greatest force in the universe is love. So once you learn and know certain things, you just learn how to operate and demonstrate and express and constantly apply what you learn through certain books. And I have always a book next to me. Like I don't know if I showed y'all last week. And this is the one right now. And Jen Gottlieb's from New York. Well, not originally from New York, but she's from New York now. And it's basically talking about how to be seen. How to make other people feel like they're being seen as well. And there's certain things about yourself that you don't realize. I've been told that quite a few times as far as the heart goes, right? Like, it's just, I don't know no other way. It was wired this way. God made me this way. So, and I just learned how to interact, intervene, and operate from that element. But I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for those who stopped by. Lucy, my condolences. I'll be back on tomorrow after I'm done with all that. And to the ladies who've ever experienced any trauma in reference to sexual abuse, rape, molestation, yes, you are very late. But I'll be back on tomorrow though. And anybody else that just came in, I'm signing off. And always look at the clock. It's 11:11. The number never fails. That number always pops up, especially if you close in that circle. I will always text you that number because I always see it. And I ain't signing off until that number pops up. So y'all make y'all wishes and y'all desires and all that. There goes your number. Look at your clocks. Make y'all wishes and make y'all demands. Make your demands be your command. Make your commands become your affirmations. Make your affirmations become your declarations. Your declarations become your affirmations. All right, y'all. Y'all got another minute. Good night. And my condolences, Lucy.